It was a Thursday morning when Jason decided he'd had enough. He had spent weeks collecting the screenshots, photos, and messages. Now, standing outside the marketing firm where his wife worked, he carried a cake in one hand and balloons in the other. A small flash drive with explosive content rested safely in his pocket. The front desk receptionist, a young guy named Mark, smiled when he saw him. "Hey, Jason, you here for Alyssa's big day?" Jason smiled, cool and calm. "Up, got something special planned." Mark buzzed him in without a second thought. Upstairs, the office was buzzing with birthday energy. Pink and gold streamers hung from cubicles. A card with signatures from all departments sat on Alyssa's desk. Jason could hear faint whispers of "he's such a sweet husband" as he approached. He smiled politely and placed the cake on the break room table. It said, "To my amazing wife, love always," in perfect white icing. Someone began gathering everyone around for the celebration. Alyssa, looking radiant in a red blouse and pencil skirt, lit up when she saw him. "Oh my God, Jason, you didn't have to." He kissed her cheek lightly. "Of course I did." The coworkers clapped as someone dimmed the lights and lit the candles. A chorus of "Happy Birthday to You" erupted. Jason stood beside her, grinning with perfect timing. The final note ended, and she blew out the candles. "Speech! Speech!" Someone shouted. She laughed and started thanking everyone. Jason cleared his throat gently, raising his hand. "Before you all head back to work," he said, "I have a little presentation I made for Alyssa." A murmur of excitement spread through the room. "Something special," he added, smiling warmly. He plugged the flash drive into the projector hooked to the conference room screen. Alyssa looked curious. "Jason, what is this?" He clicked. The screen flickered, and the title appeared in bold white text over black. "Who My Wife Really Is, a presentation by her loving husband." The room fell quiet, confused but intrigued. Jason's voice was steady. "This will take only 5 minutes, but I promise worth every second." The first slide showed a screenshot of a message. "Alyssa, don't worry. Jason thinks I'm working late tonight." Gasps fluttered across the room like dominoes. Alyssa's face went pale. "Jason, what is this?" He ignored her and clicked to the next slide. A photo of Alyssa kissing her coworker Brandon in the office stairwell. Someone dropped a paper cup in shock. Brandon, standing 2 feet away from her, froze like a deer in headlights. Jason spoke again. Slide 3. Text exchange on Valentine's Day. "Alyssa, I told Jason I was at a client dinner. You wore me out last night, babe." A chorus of "Oh my God" rippled through the stunned office. Alyssa stepped toward him. "Jason, stop this." He raised his hand calmly. "Almost done." Slide 4 showed hotel receipts. Dated, timestamped, coordinated with his business trips. Slide 5 was a video, a short clip. Security camera footage. Her and Brandon. In his car. Silence. Dead silence. Even the air conditioning seemed to hesitate. Jason finally turned toward Alyssa. "I loved you. God, I loved you." Her lips quivered. "Jason, please." "Not like this. Exactly like this," he said, his tone hard now. "Because while you were making me look like a fool, I was working overtime for us. I gave you everything." Tears welled in her eyes. "I made a mistake." "No," he said firmly. "A mistake is a one-night thing. This is betrayal." "Patterned. Planned." Brandon tried to speak. "Jason, listen, man. You—" "Shut your damn mouth," Jason snapped. "You were supposed to be a friend." A middle-aged HR woman shuffled forward awkwardly. "Mr. Fields, maybe we should take this outside." "Oh, now you want this private?" Jason laughed bitterly. She sure didn't care about privacy in Brandon's car. Several employees awkwardly stepped back. He looked around the room. "To everyone here, congratulations. You've been working beside a liar, a cheat, and an actress." Alyssa sobbed now. "Jason, please, don't ruin my life." He locked eyes with her. "You already ruined mine." Jason took a deep breath and looked at the shocked office. "No need to eat the cake. It's poison with disappointment. He turned, yanked the flash drive from the projector, and walked out without looking back. People parted for him like the Red Sea. Mark at the front desk looked confused. "Everything okay?" Jason simply said, "Depends who you ask." He stepped outside and inhaled the crisp afternoon air. His hands were trembling slightly, but he felt lighter. He hadn't planned what to do next, but he didn't need to. He got into his car and stared out the windshield. The truth was out. That was all that mattered. He drove away from the building, balloons still tied to the back seat. He didn't even bother to untie them. They fluttered like ghosts behind him. By 3 p.m., Alyssa's office was a buzz of awkward whispers and silent judgment. Brandon had locked himself in a meeting room. HR started investigating. Alyssa called him 6 times. He didn't answer once. By the next day, she was placed on indefinite leave. Brandon resigned a week later to pursue other opportunities. Jason moved out that weekend. She begged. She cried. She apologized in every form known to man. He forwarded the divorce papers on Monday. She signed them 2 days later without a fight. Jason deleted all her photos from his phone. He kept one screenshot, though. The presentation title slide. A reminder of the day he chose dignity over silence. Friends called him savage. His sister called him a legend. His therapist called him finally free. Jason didn't feel proud. He didn't feel victorious, but he felt heard. The deception was no longer his burden alone. The office birthday bash would be remembered for years. People would whisper about it in meetings, in elevators, at happy hours. Jason would move on. He joined a new gym, took a solo trip to Iceland, rediscovered how much he loved photography. He started dating again months later slowly, carefully. He never once mentioned Alyssa in those early conversations. He didn't need to. Her chapter was closed. Ink dried. One day he walked past a bakery window. A cake read, "To my amazing wife, love always." He smiled and kept walking. Subscribe for more.